Hi everyone, hi Nick. I have a couple of journals that I just finished that I wanted to share with you this morning. Excuse me, still got that cough thing going. These are going to go up in the shop. I'm going to film them together, but they will be listed separately. So, let's see, I guess I'll start with this one. Okay, these are both made from repurposed book covers. And cut the front and back off, took out the spine, put in a wider spine, and then sewed in the signatures that way. So this one is like a turquoise-ish sort of blue. And these are both unembellished. On the inside, the covers are all decorated up, but the inside is they're unembellished. They're the Junky junk style, where there's no coffee-dyed paper or tea-dyed paper or anything. It's just old calendar pages and old, junk mail, stuff like that. So we have a book plate. This says Adventure Awaits You, but this comes out, so the recipient can change that. These are some Tim Holtz ephemera pieces, Tim Holtz paper doll, the ones that are on the cardstock. And this is a Tim Holtz sentiment, and I made her sit on the little sentiment. I got some buttons, some cheesecloth, some washi to cover the raw edge of the book cover. I put did a bow, some pink seam binding and white seam binding on the spine. You can see past there. That is the original spine, but it was quite narrow, so but I wanted to save it, so I just glued it onto the wider spine, which is 1.5 inches. And then the back is just plain. Dimensions on the book, let's see, I have written them down. It is 8.5 by 5.5, 3 sewn in signatures, 1.5 inch spine. And it has 110 pages front and back. So I'm just going to flip through real quick. I did remember to put a book plate, and I put a piece of some crocheted trim here. The front and back of each signature is some old, really old paper that I had from I don't even remember, it's just random pieces of paper from paper pads, and that I had coffee dyed a long time ago, like probably 6 years ago, and trying to weed through some stuff, so I decided I'd use a little bit of it. So there's 3 pieces of random coffee dyed paper. But we've got book page, lined paper. This is from a bird book. This is an old check, vintage check, part of an envelope, junk mail, lots of junk mail, local newspaper, advertisements. It's an old gardening book or something. I just had this one page. Oh, it's just lots of random. It's the other half of an envelope, part of that check. So this would make a great glue book, art book, and it could also be used as a junk journal, obviously, or journal. This is some sort of card game that I don't know anything about, don't know how to play, but I have a bunch of these. This is a piece of went around a ball of yarn for another blanket that I made for my brother. Magazine page, advertisement from a car dealership. More local newspaper. Some lined paper with some writing on it. This is wrapping paper. Magazine page. And here's the last signature. There's a guest check. Some calendar. This is a piece of stationery. Some more calendar. This is a piece of last year's calendar. I think that was probably my son, maybe my son, no, looks like that's probably John's work schedule. Part of an envelope I got from my mother. It's the other half because it was quite big. It wouldn't fit, so I cut it down. Calendar. That's the other half of that round piece of stationery. Guess check, and that's that one. So that's that one. And now we'll do the green one. This is green. It is picking up darker on camera than I think it's gonna, than it looks in person. But so this one is, I wrote it down, 8.5 by 5.5 again. 3 sewn in signatures. 92 pages front and back. It's a 1.5 inch spine. And I did the same thing. Saved the spine, the original spine, glued it onto the wider one. These are both the lay flat spines, so it's like a floating spine. So they do lay quite flat. Put a dangle on the front of this one, and it's just with a binder clip, so it can obviously can come off. And I've got glue on my hands. Washi again, and cover of this one I have a vintage library card. I have a whole bunch of those. Some Tim Holtz little doodles. I've had this picture of this little girl for years. I think she's absolutely adorable. Didn't say what year the photo was taken, but it did say Cheryl, age 4, and she's really, really cute. These are ration stickers that would go in a ration book from World War II, and this is a vintage piece of cut work that I cut apart. And again, the bag is plain, stay in frame. So, oh, and some flat back pearls too. So we'll go through this one. Again, I put the book plate, and again, a few pieces of old coffee dyed paper. And it's the same format. Bits and pieces, junk mail, envelopes, book page. This is some children's writing paper. This is an old check. Some lined paper. That's a piece of coloring book. John likes to draw. He's a really good artist, but he also likes to color. And this was a page from a coloring book that he gave me that he bought that he didn't like. So thought I'd use a page of it in there. Check. Junk mail. Second signature. Some bird book page. Some note paper. I think it said Ritz-Carlton on it. Perpetual calendar. Half of a security envelope. More local newspaper. Some gardening information from a magazine. More local newspaper. Is that security envelope? And there's the last signature. Wallpaper. I have a check. This is some wrapping paper. Piece of ledger. An old purchase order, the carbon part, car dealership thing. That's the other half of that purchase order, ledger, check, and that is that one. So these will go up in the shop. I'm going to list them right now. And pop on over there if you're interested. The shop is Pumpkins Junk to Journals. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And hope you all have a great weekend. See you next time. Bye.